Yes.
Okay, what we got going on here today, if you watch my garden makeover video, redid our garden, rebuilt our beds. We went up here today to our local landscaper supply, who's not too far from me. Really, it's called Travelers Rest Mulch. And they do a garden soil, which is a mixture of compost and mushroom compost. I've used it before, it's really good. Now you can buy just a straight mushroom compost. If you put it on your garden, you need to till it in because it'll be too hot. It'll burn your garden. But this is a mixture of mushroom compost and compost. You can top dress with it, which we're doing today. So I went up, got a couple scoops on here. Got my favorite grandson down here.
I'm your only grandson.
Well, that's besides the point. But he's out on spring break, so he's helping me this week. So we're gonna get this these things top dressed today, and then tomorrow we're gonna clean out the stable, put out some fresh shavings, get our jug set up, and get ready for kidding season because it is time. So today, this is what we're gonna try to get accomplished. Well, if you saw in the last video where we transplanted some smaller plants into these solo cups. Now I got some bigger plants that I've got outside hardening off. I might plant like 4 tomatoes this week. It is still a little early, but I'm gonna put those in a place and protect them. Well, I also took these Mountain Fresh that were in little bitty cups like this, and they were little bitty things, and I planted them in these solo cups. And you saw where I just put a little bit of soil in there. They're way down in here. They were just small. That's how much they've grown in like a week and a half. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come back. I'm going to pinch these bottom leaves off right there. And I'm going to fill those cups on up to the top. Then in like a couple more weeks, when they're ready to go outside, they'll be big and full and healthy and ready to go. Because where I fill the soil on up, they'll sprout roots on outside. So that's what we're going to do now. Well, there you go. Got them filled up to the top. Give them a good drink of water. Going to put them back up here under the light. Let them grow a little more. In about another week, we'll start setting them outside. The weather stays warm. Start hardening them off a little bit. In a couple more weeks, they'll be ready to go out and plant. So that's the way I do my tomatoes. Works out real well. Got our peppers coming on down there. Petunias there. So we're going to put them back up, let them grow a little more. Well, good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, March 29th. Good Friday. Hope everybody's having a great day. And as we know, everybody wants to plant gardens on Good Friday. But the problem is this year, Good Friday came early. Easter is early this year. We still got a couple weeks here where I am zone 7B before the last estimated date of last frost, which is April 15th, which is easy to remember because that's tax day. But so we're not going to plant a lot of stuff. A couple things I'm going to get in the ground: potatoes. Need to get them in the ground. First time I've planted potatoes in a long while. But since I've made over my garden, and Lars did, if you saw my garden makeover video, I've got more room. So we're going to get some potatoes in the ground. I'm going to take that little manus right there and hit these beds lightly to where we top dressed it with this mushroom compost and topsoil mixture. Little clotted, so we're just going to try to break it up right quick. And then we're going to come right here where those 4 flags are and plant our big beef tomatoes. We started those from seed. You probably saw that if you watched the videos. And what I'm doing, as you see, I've hung some strings from the pipe up there. And we're going to take tomato clips as they grow and attach them to them and let them just run right up through there. But if it does turn off cold again, right in here, I can put my side down over there, and I've got ways to protect 4 tomato plants. So they'll be okay, I think. And then we're going to take our green stalk, we're going to fill it with soil, put it together, and get it ready to go. I've got these Miracle-Gro mitts right here. And it will take, if I can remember correctly, 2.5 of these bags to fill it. So we're going to get it ready also. So let's see if that maintenance will start up. I'll hit these beds right quick and we'll get to work. Well, we're starting on our potatoes right here. And what I did, I took a string, as you can see right here, marked it off. Planting 2 rows, 2 feet apart. I've already pulled my string down through here, dug this row out. Now I started here, pulled my string, and I've got it marked out. I did that with a hoe, but I'm coming back with my ditching shovel right there. It makes it a lot easier. And we're going to get that one out and ready to go. And also, I forgot to tell you what I'm going to do. I've got all these tubs that I saved from my minerals or my sweet licks from my cows. And I've got some holes drilled in the bottom. And I'm going to take one of these tubs and plant some potatoes in it. And we're just going to compare, see how it does versus in ground. So we're going to do that. So okay, I'm going to finish digging that out, then we'll plant some potatoes. Well, there's one side in. There's 12 potatoes in a 14-foot row. Got them spaced approximately a foot apart. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come over here. We got this row dug out ready to go. Got 12 more right there. And I've got 3 I'm saving to go in a pot over there. But we're going to take those 12, come up this side, then we're going to cover them, and potatoes will be ready to go. Well, there you have it. Potatoes are planted. What I will do when they start coming up, I will hill them a little bit, put a little dirt up around the sides of them as they grow. Now also, you notice I did not cut my potatoes. A lot of people will cut and get 2-3 pieces out of potato, leaving a couple of eyes on each piece. I didn't do that because I wasn't planting a whole lot, number one. And other reason, they say that you plant the whole potato, you'll get more potatoes because you got more eyes to grow off of them. Then I've also heard that if you cut them, you'll get bigger potatoes. So I don't know. So we're just going to watch them, see what happens, but we'll come back when they start growing, hill up the sides of them. I'll show you what I'm talking about when that part comes. And then over here, we took 3 potatoes, put them in a tub. I've got, I don't know, about 8 inches of soil in there, 8 or 10. And when I get another bag opened up, and start filling the green stalk up here in a few minutes, I'm going to bring some over here and cover them with about 6 to 8 inches. And as they grow up, I'll keep adding soil till I get it filled to the top of the bucket. And we'll see how this little experiment goes. And I didn't add any fertilizer when I planted them. I'll come back and add some a little later, but that's some pretty rich soil. I just have added that mushroom compost topsoil mixture. So I'll be pretty good to get them started. So that is our potatoes. Now let's go plant 4 tomatoes. Okay, let me show you what I'm going to do. I've got a pretty deep hole dug right here. I'm going to put just a pinch of fertilizer down there in the bottom. work it in to the ground. Now I'm going to take this big beef tomato that we started from seed, and I'm going to pinch off these two bottom leaves right there. I'll work around it, and I'm going to ease it out of this cup right here. Got a good root system going, as you can see. And I'm going to plant it all the way down to where my fingers are. And new roots start growing up through here. And just make for a stronger plant. Now, about to forget, what I'm going to do first is take this string and plant right in down there with it. And let me show you what's going to happen. These little solo cups, they work great. Use them year after year, wash them good, clean them with a little water with a dab of Clorox, kill any bacteria. So we're going to take this as a tomato clip. I've got a big bag I bought years ago, cost practically nothing. What it does, it clips around your string just like that, and then around your tomato plant. Let me go ahead and put it on there, see if I can show you. Just like that. And as your tomato plant grows, you just keep adding clips all the way up through here and breaking off these bottom limbs. So that's our first tomato planted of the season. And there's your clip. See if you can get a better view right there how it works. They are really handy little things. All right, let's plant the other three. Well, there you have it. We got our first 4 tomato plants planted, and if it does cool off, I can protect them. We always try to get a jump on the season. In our area, they say if you can get a tomato, fresh tomato, about the 4th of July, that's when to look for them. Last few years, I've been lucky, and I've got some in the last of June, or mid-June, because I've tried to plant some, or just a few, a little early. So we got those planted. And I took a little soil, covered up our potatoes right here in the bucket. And as they grow, I'm going to keep filling, keep adding soil till I get it to the top. And we'll see how this experiment works out versus in ground. But right now, what we're going to do is a green stalk. If you watched my green what video I did, you saw me take it apart, clean it, and store it. Now it's time to get it out, put it together, get ready to go. Now over here, some more plants got here hardened off. I've got some more, as you see, give me tomatoes, peppers, petunias. Might go ahead and put some petunias out. And if you watched that video, you saw where my green stalk was in the center of this area right here. Well, I moved it over here, and I got a project I'm going to do right here, and we'll probably start on it in a few weeks. I'm really excited about it. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. You just have to keep watching to find out. I'm really interested to try something different. So our secret project's going to be right here. We'll get started in a few weeks when we'll get through with this our goats are kidding and get a garden in the ground. We'll start on this. So keep watching that. But right now, let me show you how I put my green stalk together. Now what I do is I get them out, and you see there's a hole in the center right here. That's where the water drains from one to another. So I take a Dixie cup, put over that hole, just to keep from losing my soil down. Take some of this cotton mix, just dump it down in here. And they say not to pack it tight. Don't want to do that. got that in there. Then I'm gonna take one of these. This is a water reservoir. Put it right over this hole. We're gonna put just a little more soil in there. Take this water reservoir, put over top just like that. And that first one's ready to go. I'm gonna take it, put it right here on the tray. As you see, this thing spins round and round. So you can turn it, get more light on one side. So now, we're just gonna repeat the pot process till we get to the top. We're gonna keep doing it 4 more times. Well, if you paid attention, you noticed I put a blue reservoir. You can see it right up under there, between each one of them. But you don't get one at the top. What you get at top is this right here. And what happens, you see the small holes all the way around. There's a small hole over each one of these planting areas. And you fill this up with water, and very slowly the water drips into each area and waters your plants. And what it does, it goes through, you fill it up, water goes through this little hole right here, and it fills up your next reservoir. When that reservoir gets filled up, runs over, fills up your next one, then your next one, all the way down. And all of your reservoirs are full. And then slowly they'll drip water into each one of your little planting areas. And if it overflows, it comes out of this little tube right here in the bottom. So if you got one of these outside, don't worry about the rain, because if it gets too much water, it'll just run on through and come out. I just happen to have mine inside here. But you gotta be real careful and keep these things watered, because these will heat up and dry out quickly. So be real vigilant on keeping them watered. And you can also water from the outside here. Sometimes I'll squirt some water on the outside. But I also keep that top one full at least once a day. So that is the green stalk. So it is ready to go. So that's about all we're going to do on this Good Friday. I might take a few of my petunias and go ahead and put my green stalk once I get it wet down good. So that's going to be about it for today. Well, that's all we can do for now. We got some potatoes planted, got 4 tomato plants put out, and got our green stalk put together. So it's ready to go. But it's kind of going to be cool the next few nights. Supposed to be down in the upper 30s the next 3 nights. So I'm going to cover these 4 tomato plants up. Going to drop down my sidewall up there. And I feel like they're going to be okay. So all we're going to do now is wait. Got about 2 more weeks and we'll be ready to plant, I believe. So we're going to keep our eye on the weather. So until next time, hope you have a great week.